as we come back to our story. Pim, you can feel the warmth of Khorek's blood as they embrace you and weep in your arms. You all have gone on a few adventures together. You guys have done dangerous things. And as you pointed out, I believe in the very first episode, you all ran away a lot. And this may be the most damage you've seen Khorek suffer, perhaps. And this is also the second time within a matter of a few days that Khorek was in a really bad, dangerous situation.
Yeah.
The basilisk was only a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in this moment, Pim'wei?
I'm putting on a brave face for Khorek, but I am looking over their body and just trying to make sure this is not anything that would be life-threatening, first of all. And
they definitely need rest. They need some medical attention. This was dangerously close to being fatal.
As I'm holding Khorek and kind of rocking them, I'm holding them to my chest, but I end up pulling out my notebook, and I'm almost like at a loss of what to do, and I'm flipping through these stories of like, is there anything I can do to help them? And I think it comes to me that maybe the thing that can help Khorek the most is to tell them a story, because that's what I always do with them before we go to, before we tind.
Yeah, tind.
Yeah, before we tind.
Do you all want to settle here in this room with all these dead Khorek?
I don't think Khorek does, but Khorek's like still not paying attention. But
I first and foremost am looking around at the bodies of the dead Khorek around here. Do any of them have on any fabric that is salvageable that I could turn into like a bandage of some kind to wrap around Khorek's neck where they got stabbed?
You are able to find a singed piece of fabric that was shielded from whatever engulfed these people. It's not great.
It's not great.
Khorek is also filthy.
Yeah, would I be able to, if there's nothing like good that's salvageable from anywhere in here, then would I be able to tear enough from like my pants or something like that to do the same? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll walk up and while you tell the story or whatever, or you are flipping through your book, Pim'wei, and I walk up and I kneel and I'm maybe a little rough about it. I'm not a super like gentle. I'm about as gentle as I can be though, and I start trying to like do this like wrap around because you got stabbed like in the neck, right? Like
or like
right
trap.
Here,
like clavicle, yeah.
And I'm trying to like get you like wrapped under the arm, and I don't have the delicacy to like thread, so I'm like jostling you a bit.
Yeah, it's still enough that I like start trying to stop crying.
As I'm kind of rocking Khorek, I also realize that I've never really seen them with two eyes, nor did I ever think I would. And I almost like close one eye and close the other, almost realizing like, do they look different in this eye or different in that eye? Do they having this odd novelty of like not knowing how to use my eyes together in an odd way?
Because you haven't used this eye very much at all, the image from that eye is somewhat, it's got kind of that murky, oily kind of appearance. It's like an image that has been smeared around the edges. But everything has a faint glow to it. It's almost as if you're seeing a light source that isn't there.
Does Khorek glow differently than everything else around?
A little bit, yeah. In fact, Lloyd the same way. Like the living bodies seem to glow a little different.
Almost radiate differently.
Yeah.
I get up and gently pull out my bedroll and kind of almost like lay Khorek down on there gently to rest. No?
Like I'm sure you like start and I'm like no. I want to get out of here. Let's grab 3 sapphires and go.
3.
One for the Stone Shepherd, one for the kindling, one for the village. To know.
Khorek, you're weak. I think we need to rest. You need to rejuvenate your body.
Can't we just go get out of the tower? Jae, how far is the river?
The river.
It's in this hex on the map, but I don't know that that's
not far
like
away.
real nearby. Okay.
It is nearby. This place was built near the river purposely.
Okay. Let's go down the river. I'll wash up there. I need to wash. I can't let the wounds get dirty.
If we see anything on the way down from the tower, you need to stay back.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. If you feel like we need to leave.
We need to leave.
You're our leader.
And I'm now looking up at the ceiling full of sapphires. Three stones, 3. You need 3.
How high is the ceiling?
It's 15 feet above you. That's just the base, and then the dome extends like 8 feet.
Yeah, the closest sapphires to us would be about 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Isn't there's like a pedestal like where that sword was, right?
Correct.
So how much closer to the ceiling does that get us if we were to stand on that?
The pedestal was in the center.
So that's where it would be higher anyhow.
Yeah. But looking around, you can see that there is the remnants of a hook ladder that has been twisted as though the heat, some kind of heat had melted it. But it's dangling from the rim of the dome.
Can I test it? Put a little bit of my weight
Sure.
on it?
How would you test it?
I would walk over to it and grab the lowest part that I can, maybe. And if it doesn't move too much just from putting my first hand on it, put my second hand on it and like bear down a little on it. Like try to lean my weight on it without leaving the ground.
It creaks under the weight of you, but it might be able to hold.
I have a hook and a rope.
I only need a boost. And then I gotta be in the 10 feet. It's about 10 feet. Seems like a specific amount. I have the spell telekinesis. I just need to be 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
I'm trying to think about how I would say that without being like so straightforward. And
Right.
I'm trying to say that in a Loy way.
I'm going to get some rations just for Khorek and just be like, rest, eat. And then I will come over to Loy.
Pim, boost me.
I awkwardly like put out my hands like, oh, okay, I can boost
I
you.
just like clap my beefy hands on your shoulders and I lift my foot, my shredded pant leg foot up onto your hands, and I'm gonna try to like use Pim and the as much of the like thing that I can. Like the ladder, I forgot what it was called. The melted ladder.
Yes, a ladder.
If I can get within 10 feet of a stone, then
You can
I
do that.
would like to try to cast this spell. And if you'll allow it, because Khorek wants 3 stones, I would like to try. Now, the spell says that I can only do 1 object. It says that I may mentally manipulate items, 1 at a time, up to 10 feet away for intelligence turns. I could have read that a little bit more clearly.
What's your intelligence?
So is that 10
We
seconds?
just need to
I get
pull it out and let
1
it
turn.
fall.
So I guess I'm back to where I thought I was. So my original planning was not for naught. Not for naught. That's the good little loyism. I'm saving that for later. I am going to try to grab one of the stones, because you said that they're all like together, right?
Yep.
So there's 2 ways that I'm trying to think that they would be, whereas like the sapphires, are they cut and laid into like a setting? Are they touching each other?
It looks like they're touching, and it looks like they're all packed together. I mean, it's a.
I was also
an
picturing like
absurd amount of
muscles
sapphires
on a side of a boat, right? Like where they all like kind of like stack on each other, and they get like really like they're kind of on their edge. Is it like that?
just tightly packed together.
Okay. Well, still, Point remains. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the biggest, juiciest looking sapphire up there that I can see. And if they're all the same size, whatever one feels juiciest to me and my soul, I am going to grab that juicy sapphire, and I have 6 to 10 seconds to dislodge it, but I want to do it in such a way that I might break a couple more loose, even like shards of sapphires to like fall down a little bit too.
Pim, you hold out your hands for this boost, and Loy comes over and puts their strong, thick hands on your shoulders, and then puts an old, ancient, creaky foot in the palms of your hands and boosts up to try and snatch, maybe with a little assist from the ladder too.
Yeah.
To kind of quickly grab one of these stones.
Well, I can't get it with my hand. I'm using my telekinesis. Okay.
So you go to boost up, and you just try to get within brain distance of this stone, and you're trying to dislodge it in a way that it releases, and maybe, who knows, brings a couple with you, right?
Maybe. And I like reach my arm up as hard as I can. I'm like using my mind, but I'm using my hand the way I would if I could touch it.
The stone comes dislodged and falls into your hand. And as you come down, you look back up, seeing what else happened. And you can see that the two stones underneath it are hanging off just a little bit. And you start to hear this ringing in your ear, like just a higher pitched frequency, as though this movement has caused some kind of vibration throughout all of these sapphires, and it's like they're humming all at once.
Oh.
And then that sapphire that was underneath the one that you just got, you hear a slight crack, and it falls. And the one next to it falls.
Uh-oh.
And the one next to it falls. And then the entire dome of sapphires rains down
Run!
on all of your heads.
Great, so Khorek needed to not take any damage from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually think, like, I make a noise of dismay, but I think as soon as I realize what's happening, I almost don't think I don't think Loy flinches, like turns their face up to the sapphires just to like feel, I mean, I don't know, that just feels right to me.
You just totally flash dance it.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, I don't know, that's not even the right, like, it's just.
When I see this coming, I would like to try and dive on top of Khorek to shield them.
I'm hanging onto the ladder still.
Loy's gonna eat it.
Yeah, I do. Okay. All right. And then I just lay on my back on the ground as more and more sapphires hit me like hail.
Loy, you take
Sure.
8 points of damage.
Whoa!
That makes sense.
From these things raining down.
That makes sense.
I
Whoa.
maxed my die.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, that tracks. I'm okay. It's worth it. It's worth it.
They just cut into your skin.
Yeah.
And it's just dozens just start nicking at everything. And Pim, you're going to take 7. As you dive on top of Khorek, and all of these sapphires just start pelting your back.
What?
Are you okay?
And when you all look up at the ceiling that used to be covered in sapphires, what you now see is a clear dome that has a metallic, almost like hexagonal lattice covering it. That was the inset for all of these sapphires. So imagine like a clear glass, and then a layer of metal that had been formed to it in these sapphires have just been pressed into that to cover it up.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No. Are you okay? That looked like it hurt.
I'll be okay. Well, I think we got more than 3.
Yeah, it's, good work, Loy.
I hold my hand up with the sapphire still in it from the sea of them. On the floor.
Still frozen.
It never dropped.
No.
It never dropped. Not once during the whole time. You just ate all that with that one sapphire up.
Yeah.
But like, can we still see I know, like, my player head, I know that they're stars, but can I see the light on the other side?
Yes, you can see through this clear dome, and you can see those little pins of light. But now some of them are obscured by some type of smoke. Large tufts of smoke.
They said Warwick Star said there was some sort of fire beast. I think we gotta take the sapphires and go.
I feel hesitancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Loy still hasn't even gotten up from the ground. Like, is still laying on their back, like, covered in sapphires, like, staring up at the lights in the sky.
What are you thinking, Loy?
Having a lot of flashbacks to the conversation that Warwick and Khorek were having about where Warwick was talking about what was next for Khorek and trying to do something different, and how there were challenges that stopped them, but there was also, like, the thing that doesn't sit right that is, like, making Loy's head spin this entire time is, like, why so much disdain for the fellows in the midst of all of it? It doesn't... Loy has always wanted progress for Khorek, has always wanted things to look different, has always known that there's more beyond, but they've received warnings from the fellows about about symbols that have been pervasive in this area, and Warwickser themselves was covered in spirals, leading to ruin. But speaking of progress and feeling so... that smell and that feeling of, like, what was beyond is the most novel thing ever. And I don't know if it's ruin or progress, and I feel hypnotized by it, at the very least. Like, I can't let it go, and I'm still too afraid to touch it. Like, shattering that glass ceiling is not just, like, opening that up is not just, like, opening that up. Like, it feels like it would be tearing the film off reality in some sort of way. And my companions aren't open to it, and I hold Khorek's judgment the highest of any that I've met in recent years. Like, I want to help them, and I know that they and I were meant to find each other. And I am caught between a rock and a hard place, as it were.
So, all of that is happening. And Pim, you pull yourself off of Khorek. You maybe perhaps put on a brave face and pretend like this maybe didn't hurt nearly as bad as it did. But you look up at the ceiling, same as Loy, same as Khorek. And I sensed a little bit of hesitancy from you. Was there? What do you feel about what you see through this domed ceiling?
With it being at the same time this eye patch came off, I'm still in this phase of what is real. I'm not sure what to trust. I'm not sure what is real. And it's a bewildering type of feeling because I can't really process what I'm seeing. But my mind is still drawn to this sword, because this sword is what I saw tens of burns ago when my Smitty changed my eye patch. And so I am drawn to going over and looking at that sword and trying to understand why this is what I saw.
Khorek, the last thing you spoke was, let's grab some the sapphires and let's get out of here. And when you say that, you pick up 2 sapphire. Loy has 1. Then you turn around and you can see that your companions are transfixed on this space. What does that change for you?
I don't say anything. Khorek is a little surprised that Loy pauses, but also like, okay, smoke. Loy likes fire, maybe. But Khorek notices that Pim looks at the sword, which was the whole reason we even knew that there was something beyond the dome, was the sword. And Khorek can understand that Pim had something with that. And so I kind of come up behind Pim and say, I didn't know you had an eye.
I didn't either. I am guessing only my Smitty knew. And I smile to myself because I think at that moment it dawns on me. They saw I was different from the moment I was born, and they must not have wanted me to be taken too.
It's beautiful.
What does it look like?
It's funny, at first I thought it was silver, like your eye patch. But I think it's more swirly.
Yeah.
More like that mercury.
Pim almost like reaches into his eye and like almost tries to touch it, like not believing it's real.
When we get to the river, maybe you can see your reflection in a pool or something.
I'd like that.
But it looks neat. What's with this sword? I know you wanted it.
I feel as if Pim'wei showed me this sword for some reason, and I'm trying to understand why. Is it just because this places are important, or am I supposed to take this?
It's a good question. Do you want to take it?
I feel like I should try. But maybe if we leave something behind in its place, it could keep the dome shut.
Yeah.
I kind of take out my triple flail and see if there's any way from the where it's set into that it looks like maybe I could jam this triple flail in there to replace it if I were to remove.
Unfortunately, the triple flail is a little bit more round and a little thicker than the slot that the sword is in.
I take my sword out and I replace the 2.
You pull this sword, this melted sword,
With the stone, yeah.
and remove it, and then quickly try to slot your own sword in?
Yes.
Okay. I was rolling to see if this would work. You do so, and before the dome can even open, it latches shut again. And now you have this sword that looks damaged and almost like dripping liquid metal. And it has a black stone inset at the, what do you call that, the hilt?
Yeah, I think the hilt, yeah.
So there's this stone and it's dark black and it has this light streak down the middle that makes it look almost like a reptilian eye.
And does it look exactly the same for my vision? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not different in any way? Okay.
I thought maybe that might not work. I thought maybe it was supposed to be the sword or something. But looks like it can be any sword.
Or at least yours.
I'd swish it around a bit, like, how does it feel?
Light and awkward at first because it feels like kind of light towards the middle and then heavier at the end. But once you have that in mind, it's almost like not that different in terms of weight balance than like maybe an axe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like it would be an effective weapon, or is it too damaged for that?
Yeah, it would still hurt something.
Is it more of a bludgeoning weapon than a stabby?
No, it can cut.
Or slasher? Okay, it can cut. Okay. I think I can use it.
Rip.
And I put it in my
Maybe
belt.
would be a better word.
Rip.
I feel like the fellows did tell me that we should take this with us. So we'll see why we need it.
What baby wants, baby gets.
When you say that is when you notice that when the ceiling kind of like, I imagine even though it didn't open, it made noises as though it was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
maybe
would have
like
been
a little one.
Yeah, that would have been the moment when Loy sat up, like sapphires falling off of them onto the ground, and like looked around, and then like reached up under their stone armor to pull out the baby bundle and has now had the baby bundle laid out on top, like on the ground. I pushed some sapphires away, and it's almost like I'm changing the baby, but I'm gonna stuff a sapphire inside of the bundle and re-swaddle it. That's what's happening in the background when Khorek says.
Did you use the big juicy one?
Of course, the one that I grabbed. Yeah. Yeah.
Only the best for the baby.
Only the best for the baby. And I didn't really say what baby wants.
No, you did.
Oh, okay. I would have probably said what Pim wants, Pim gets.
Oh.
Sorry, Khorek, it's canon now.
Nobody puts Pim'wei in the corner.
I hope you only exclusively quote Dirty Dancing to me for the rest of the night.
Yeah, all right, I'm working on it.
Pull up that
pull up some quotes. It's
script.
been a bit.
Let me just pull on the script.
Just read it in order without context. Like, it doesn't matter what the response is. It'll be...
Yeah.
You just put your pickle on everybody's plate, college boy, and leave the hard stuff to me.
All right. So, Loy, you are putting this sapphire into the baby bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And Khorek, you have this sword. Are you giving it to Pim or what?
I can trade Pim.
I hold up my hand of, I don't wield a sword like you.
Okay.
You gave up yours.
Well, it's yours. I'm just holding on to it. Loy? You okay?
And they cast a long look up at the ceiling.
No.
Thanks, by the way. The fight. I'd be a goner without you. Thank you.
And they just get up to their feet with the bundle in their arms and walk over and put their hand on your good shoulder.
Pim nods, but Pim doesn't know anything that happened during the fight.
But you know that Loy must have helped Khorek.
They lived, so
Khorek
something
was this
positive
badly
happened.
damaged. Yeah. Yes.
They're still here.
Inference.
Yeah. Yes.
Look, if either of you have thoughts about this, I'll say this. Let's just go down the river and clean up and sleep in the fresh air of the caves and not here. And if we feel the same when we wake up, we'll talk about it. If we feel differently when we wake up, we'll talk about it.
Pim nods.
And so does Loy.
The three of you slowly step through this sea of sapphires that have crushed the bones of the Khorek that were so faithful. You make your way down the spiral staircase, floor by floor, peeking around every corner, not sure if Warwick Sir is just around, lurking in the shadows. For as much wonder that this glass dome and the place beyond has taken up residence in your mind, the fact that Warwick Sir did not take their last breath is also present. And after walking down all the floors, you make your way outside and hear the river running not far from the tower. You walk over, perhaps peering over your shoulder when Warwick Sir left. Did they come here? Are they still here? Khorek, you make your way to the water, and the cooling effect of this river chills you, and you've already lost a lot of blood, and you wash yourself. And Pim and Loy, you can see that it's a labored effort to do so for them. And perhaps you all take a moment to do the same. Loy, you may not touch the water because
I do not.
It's cold.
Yeah. I'll use... I will, like, wipe the blood off of me with, like, cloths or whatever. But, no, I'm not getting in the water.
And Pim, I would guess that as Khorek is bathing, you're setting up a fire, perhaps.
Yeah.
Creating a space to camp.
Starting to cook.
And Khorek, you come back cleaner and exhausted. Hello, dear listener. It's your old pal Jay interrupting the story for just a brief moment to tell you about how you can support the show so we can reach more listeners like yourself. There are 2 ways to do this. One is word of mouth. You could review our show on whatever platform you're listening on, and that platform will then push us out to new listeners. It's awesome. Or you can just straight up tell people about our show, whether that's in a community forum like on Reddit or Discord, or literally just going up to a human being while you're checking out groceries and asking them if they need a new podcast to listen to. I hear people love that. Besides word of mouth, you can also go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and become a paid supporter of my creative endeavors. Paid supporters get a cool behind-the-scenes look at how we make the show. They get access to secret character questionnaires for my players, raw video recordings of every episode that we've made, and a special post-mortem episode featuring myself and the cast when the season is over. But don't worry, if you're not in a position to support us financially, you can still go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and subscribe for free. You'll be able to keep up to date on everything I'm working on. I'm very thankful for my audience listening to me goof around with my friends, and I hope to continue making cool stuff for you to enjoy with your friends. And you can learn all about it at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. Okay, all right, enough of that. Let's get back to the show and see what fate has in store for these 3 heroes. Khorek, you're laying on your bedroll. The reconstituted fungal soup lays at your side. You've munched on a little bit of it, but you're almost too tired to even eat. And Loy, what are you doing by the fire?
Well, it would depend. If it seems like they are gonna have a moment, I'm not by the fire. I'm staring up at the tower.
Let's say you're at the fire.
Yeah, okay. If I'm staring at if I'm at the fire, I'm staring at the fire, trying to listen for Senai.
The shadow of the tower looms behind you. And Pim, you have your tin spoon, and digging around in your soup, and you feel inspired to tell a story, I believe.
Khorek, I believe I owe you a story. And on a day such as this, where you nearly died, I think I should make it a little special. So I take out my book and I turn to a particular page and I kind of rest it on the pages so that, the pages are facing out towards them. And then I touch the book and cast Primeval Surge so that the book grows to the size of an elephant.
Whoa.
You see this gigantic sketch of this shriveled old reckoner that has so many wrinkles on it that, you can't even see their eyes because they're kind of, wrinkled over. This small, little, shriveled old Khorek. And then I cast Spectacle, and I turn that face to life so that you can, in 3 dimensions, see this person. I once met an old reckoner, tens of thousands of burns old. When they were a youth, they mentored under a very controversial reckoner. That reckoner claimed to have made what some say was an awful error in judgment. They were too curious and made experiments with mineralis itself. They claim that all living things have mineralis if a reckoner is skilled enough to know how to extract it. They took mineralis from insects, worms, even mushrooms. And you see these images of insects and worms and mineralis being extracted from it in this spectacle. And mix them with mineralis from other creatures. Most combinations couldn't survive more than a few burns. But if that reckoner is to believe, many monstrosities and beautiful things that roam our world now are ancestors of the experiments from that reckoner itself. And I'm projecting all these images of basilisks and various creatures and winged creatures that are flying and even the rotting carrot itself. Many of the creatures that roam this land were made not by the fellows, but potentially by a reckoner that tried to be like the fellows and harness creation beyond what the fellows intended. And I kind of start getting playful with the spectacle, and I'm kind of creating things, because there's so many things I've never seen, and I'm just kind of creating various things. I'm creating like little mushrooms that have butterfly rings and rainbow worms and these insects that are crossed with each other, and just like some really silly, odd looking things, and, you know, just playfully creating whatever I think. And, you know, I kind of have like a little butterfly swarm of mushrooms that are like kind of floating around Khorek as I'm just kind of playing with this magical ability that I haven't fully tried to tap into like this before. And then all of a sudden the book shrinks again. In spectacled dust, the image ends.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and I don't even know if it's real. All I know is that reckoner believed it. And it's interesting to think what if what they say is true.
Loy, what do you think?
Doesn't end.
What doesn't end?
There's no end to your story. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you that this...
Loy stands up, kind of agitated at the edge of the fire.
What does it mean to you that this could be possible?
Well, to me it means that there's a tale of caution of someone going too far. But I also wonder what if that reckoner hadn't done what they'd done? Would the world even be what we recognize? Maybe so much of the beauty that our world has is also because of them. So I'm not sure what to feel. All I know is I wouldn't change a thing about the past because it brought us to this moment right here. And this is exactly where I want to be.
And when you say that, I reach underneath my stone armor to pull out the baby, and I say,
And are you ready for the future? This has never been done before.
What has never been done? What is...
A sapphire. We don't use it. It's not... No, I don't think... No. They say it's not good.
What do you think will happen? Why have they forbidden this from occurring before?
Khorek are stuck. Many are stiff, still, frozen in the ways that they think and work and do. They are afraid. They fear the unknown. They do not know how to mold themselves to the moment. And they must, I think.
And I look kind of like wistfully at the child.
I think much is to be learned about much to know. There is much to know. I believe there is much to know. Much to know and do and see and feel and be, perceive and perceive.
And I look back at the tower.
Some things end poorly. Unknown.
There's good and bad in everything. That's the way of Hainai. We have to be okay with that.
How do you believe this child will change things? What do you feel like this child represents, Loy?
Prism by which to see ourselves by. A kaleidoscope of the future. The veins of the past. The birth of a new day.
And I'm gonna try to bring you both together to come look at this with me. Because now that the sapphire is inside of it, I'm imagining that the bundle isn't formed enough to hide the sapphire completely, but the way that the firelight from the campfire is gleaming on the stone is seeming like the child is lit from within. And I want you to have that experience too. And I have this, I almost want to encourage you both to be holding it together.
I will.
And I look right into your eye.
What do you see?
I see a baby that I want to do nothing more than love and keep safe, but I worried that I feel so protective of this that I might stifle it. And that's not what I want. I'm so afraid of this child being different because of what it meant for my family. But I want to trust in what you're doing, Loy, not be afraid in it. I want our child to be the future you feel like our people need without it feeling like a burden.
I take my helmet off so that, like, I'm looking into your mercury eye and you can see my lead-veined scalp, like bare scalp, and my bright blue eyes, and I look at you and say,
Difference is not a fear thing, unless you let it.
It took me a while, but I trust you, Loy. I trust what you're doing, and I'm thankful that you're here.
And now I look at Khorek, because I'm, like, for approval, for, like, to, like, see what your experience is of this right now.
There's, I guess you could say solemn. There's, like, just a serious consideration as you both talk, like, as Khorek looks between the two of you. And Khorek doesn't say much, but if you look to Khorek, then Khorek nods. You didn't ask a question, really, but...
Only with my eyes, which was just, like, are you still with this?
Yeah.
I'll leave the bundle in your hands, but I'm going to go back and sit down and stare at the fire some more.
Mm-hmm. I will take the bundle and I will cozy up next to Khorek. Kind of lay the bundle half on my leg, half on yours. And kind of drape the bedroll like a blanket cape over our shoulders and put my head against yours. This is not what I thought it would be.
No, it's not. For me either.
I thought the adventure would happen. I thought the adventure would start more once we had the baby, but this adventure is supposed to make them strong. And if that's the case, this will be the strongest Khorek that ever has been.
No doubt. We'll be stronger for it, too.
I already am. And I know you are as well. Your strength is like something I've never known. I trust in this baby so much because I trust in you. Because I know you are what our people need, and this baby is an extension of that.
As are you.
I don't feel worthy of that, but I thank you.
Perhaps that's what makes you worthy. And I kind of pass out on their shoulder.
Khorek, you pass out on Pim's shoulder. Pim, what do you do?
I suppose I look over and see if Loy is doing the first watch. And once I kind of get a nod of that, I will lay my head on top of Khorek's and pass out as well.
Two potential parents find sleep while Loy stays up. Loy in these quiet moments by the river, crackling of the fire. What does Loy do during a watch?
Tonight, I keep the fire burning as high as I can. And I know I should be watching more closely for things outside of camp, but my watch is trained on the flames themselves. And if I could request, like, a bit of a flashback, I'm having a hard time remembering exactly what it was that Warwick Sir said that they wanted from us. Did they want our help slaying that beast? What was their intent moving forward? Like, can I call up, like, an echo of that conversation?
The conversation had a somewhat aggressive tone from the beginning, but it seemed like Warwick was hoping to join forces.
Yeah.
To lead you all. There was a kind of disappointment that you all were not following their philosophy, and that maybe potential was being wasted on old beliefs.
But they specifically wanted to lead us above, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that really hard. I'm weighing the events of the day against, like, the scales of my heart, which it sounded like I got bashful about saying that, but that's what I mean, the scales of my heart. And I know that I want to help them make this child. And I know that this isn't the last time that I will see this tower. And I'm praying the whole night that Saint will speak to me. Because if they would just say something, it's been so long since they spoke to me. And this Warwick Sir has planted a seed of doubt in my mind. But I don't want it to go away. And that's another reason why I'm going to see it through with this child, to see what happens first. But I will return here. That is in my heart right now. So
you finish your watch with all of these thoughts that you ruminate over as the other two, Khorek, tend to their inner fire. And then the chill takes over and you feel compelled to sleep. And you wake Pim'wei. And Pim, you begin your watch. What does Pim'wei do during their watch?
Pim is documenting the journey, so Pim is writing the story of what's happening with their child in mind, knowing that this is the story of their birth and that there's importance to that. And then once I kind of finish downloading, my thoughts from the day, I take out my lyre. And there's a little tune that I've been working on that I play around with.
You start to pluck at this lyre, and before you get very far, you feel a peculiar sensation in your eye. The eye you just recently revealed to your companions. And for a moment, you can see yourself sitting there. And out of one eye, you can just see in front of you. You see the fire. With the other eye, you see your back. And it's disorienting.
I see my own back?
Yeah.
In this exact moment?
Yeah.
I turn around to look behind me and then almost try and turn back really fast so I could see myself in the face.
You can see yourself perfectly fine.
But is this thing doing exactly what I do? It's mirroring my every movement?
Yeah.
And then I kind of cover my eye and it disappears.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it means, I think I take out my notebook and I just start sketching my own back. As I'm trying to figure out what this eye means. What is it trying to tell me?
You have fun with this, sketching your own back. You notice that the perspective is on the ground, looking up at yourself.
Wait, the image of my back is on the ground? I'm confused. One sec. It's
the image of your back that you're seeing.
Yeah.
The point of view is not from your eye in your head, but it is from another spot around you, as though it were on the ground looking up at you.
So the perspective I'm seeing looks like it's from the ground.
Yeah, as you're drawing it,
up.
you realize that it's like you're looking up at yourself from behind.
Well, I try and find the point of ground, I suppose, that seems to originate this perspective.
It's very disorienting as you turn around and you're using one eye to look.
Yeah.
And blinking back and forth between them. But the perspective's coming from somewhere around Khorek.
I walk towards it, already feeling like I know where the perspective is coming from.
And you're looking down at the sword, and the sword is looking back at you.
I pick it up, and I look deep into the black stone to verify that this is what is seeing me.
And you are looking deep into your own face.
I reach out and I touch it.
Poke yourself in the eye.
Like literally, I feel it?
No.
Okay.
But your eye is consumed with the fingerprint of your index finger.
Ah, this eye sees through this. When I close my eye, does the stone look different?
No.
I open my eye again, baffled as to what it means. And I kind of gently swing the sword, almost kind of in a dancing motion as I ponder this.
It almost makes you dizzy moving around. But this kind of experimentation, you start to realize you can turn this off.
Interesting. so I can control when I
look through it or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I'm starting to analyze every little square surface of the sword and just so in wonder of how is this sword connected to me? What does that even mean? How does a sword connect to a person it's never met? Looking for any clues, any words on it, any initials or any symbols or anything that could almost uncover a part of my own past.
You look it over, and it is a strange mystery that you have not the capability of solving right now. But I can tell you that it feels so familiar to you.
Beyond just the vision of seeing it, there's like some sort of actual connection.
Yeah.
Well, I lay down my my triple flail next to Khorek because I do not think this sword was intended for them. And I sheath this sword and go back to my lyre as I think.
The rest of your tend and your watch go without incident. The three of you awake the next morning.
I immediately tell Khorek everything.
And Khorek, you're sore.
Mm-hmm.
You now have a triple flail.
What's that damage?
1d6.
Why'd you gotta say it like that, though?
So
I
proud
kind
of
of
it.
swing it around a bit.
1d6 per flail.
Whoa, whoa.
That would be cool, but not true.
No way.
Gotta get used to this.
I'll do my... So, you all know this. We've spent several nights together. Every morning, I lay out a bed of hot coals, and I walk across them slowly and luxuriously, and I seem to feel a lot better afterwards. And this morning, I'll, motion to you, Khorek, if you want to try it. You seem to be kind of stiff today.
I try it.
It's not that
Khorek will
bad.
try anything once. This is nice, yeah. The cold water cleaned me up nice, but I've felt a little frozen all night, so thank you. That was nice.
You mentioned the cold water, and Loy subconsciously shivers under all their rock armor.
Now I gotta start all over. You start walking on the coals again.
Actually, honestly, I might just dig my toes in for a little while longer after that.
I hold the baby as you both do this and ask, now that we have the sapphires, where are we supposed to go next?
Forge.
So where would you like to go next?
So you say the forge? Where's the forge?
It's that
Down there.
in the luminescent hills.
Yeah, bottom left of the map.
Eternal burn. So you all, dear listener, I am now showing them the hex map, which you can see on, there will be a link in the show notes, but they have an option. They are currently in A2.
And we need to go to D1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So you all are okay if we leave?
Our mission is to create a life, but there's much we have to tell our people once we get back.
Yeah. I couldn't get it out of my head. That poor Khorek, whose kindling was chained up in those caves. I just found myself thinking this is why we were supposed to come here. I think if we hadn't, someday I might have just adventured here and joined Warwick's Sir. And who knows what they would have talked us into, if it would have been similar. And Pim, if one day you wouldn't be like that Khorek, wondering what happened to our kindling, telling yourself that it was okay when deep down you knew it was gone. And I take the bundle from you. I have to admit, up until now, sounded like a fun thing to be a parent. Yesterday, it shook me just how vulnerable you are. How much you have to lose.
That vulnerability is a gift, though, because you only have something to lose when you have something so special. Don't be afraid of the gifts we have, because they may be lost. Try and stoke the flames. That's all we can do.
And I looked down at the bundle and I said, don't want to lose you, little one.
I join you at your side.
Pim, you join Khorek at their side. Khorek looks up at you, and when you look into Khorek's eyes, you notice that there is a different set of eyes looking back, and they aren't Khorek's.